Welcome to City-17. Earth is no longer ours. After a disastrous event known as the Resonance Cascade, an interdimensional empire called the Combine invaded. With their overwhelming power, they crushed all resistance in just 7 hours. Humanity surrendered. Since then, Earth has been slowly subjugated and its inhabitants enslaved. Humans are transferred to containment centers like cattle. One of the many containment centers left behind is City-17. Here, you're not a citizen. You're a resource. Watched, categorized, managed. Every part of life is regulated: your food, your home, your movement, even your ability to have children. The Combine's suppression field ensures no new generations are born. Enforcing this system are the Civil Protection Units, or CPs. They're human like you, but now they serve the Combine. Some joined willingly. Most didn't have a choice. But not everyone gives in. Scattered pockets of resistance still fight back. Outgunned, hunted, and always on the run, they represent what little freedom is left. And you're just a civilian. Relocated to City-17 by the Combine's web of trains, constantly moving refugees from place to place while separating families. Now you're just trying to survive under the Combine's ever-persistent watch. Welcome to City-17. It's safer here. Character creation. When you first move into the city, you'll get the chance to customize your character. You can choose your skin tone, hair color and style, and even pick from 2 optional hats. Next, you'll select your outfit. Some outfits are free, but others need to be purchased with tokens. Civil Workers Union outfits require you to earn a certain number of work points to be used. There are premium outfits too, like Councilman and Beta 01. These can only be unlocked with Robux, but don't worry, you won't need work points or tokens for them. Once you're in the game, you might see other players with ribbons or medals on their outfits. For citizens, these only appear on CWU-related clothing. Most of these accolades come from playing as the Combine, joining a division, and ranking up and reaching achievements or receiving recognition from superiors. But don't count citizens out. Some ribbons can also be earned by reaching certain playtime milestones or earning enough work points. Game rules. No matter where you are in the game, one of the most important things to follow is the community doctrine. Let's go over a few key rules you'll want to keep in mind. First, roleplay integrity. This means respecting other players, preserving immersion for all players, playing fair, following the rules, staying civil, and helping create a safe and positive environment for everyone. Next is NLR, or New Life Rule. New players might not know this one. When you die, you're expected to forget everything from your past life. No revenge, no calling out enemies, and no using previous knowledge to gain an edge. Exception: if you're part of the Combine and were killed by a rebel, you can return to go after them. And finally, idle farming. Some parts of the game unlock through playtime, but staying idle just to farm hours? Not allowed. The system will kick you after 5 minutes of inactivity, and trying to bypass that is against the rules. Other rules will be shown briefly on screen. And if you want the full list, you'll find a link to the official community doctrine in the description. Terminology. The game uses some unique terms you might not be familiar with, so here's a quick guide to the most common ones. Apply. When a civil protection officer says, apply, they're telling you to show your ID for verification. Wall. This means face a wall. It's usually so officers can frisk or re-educate you. Amputate or sterilize. These are terms for killing a target. Re-education, a form of punishment, usually a set number of stun baton hits from civil protection based on the infraction. Anti-citizen, a civilian who breaks the law, resists the Combine, or commits serious offenses. CCA, the Combined Civil Authority. They're the law enforcement side of the Combine with units like Union, Spear, Razor, and Jury. OTA, the Overwatch Transhuman Arm. These are the elite military soldiers of the Combine. CWU, the Civil Workers Union. They help manage citizens and provide services. But note, there isn't an official CWU active yet. Sociostability. This refers to the current state of order in the city or in a specific location. If there is unrest, the socio-status may be raised for its corresponding intensity. Civil regulations. As a citizen, your survival depends on following the Combine's civil codes. Break the rules and you risk a beating or even death. If civil protection catches you, they might order you to face the wall for re-education. Try to run, you'll be shot. There are 3 levels of civilian regulations, each with harsher punishments than the last. Additionally, citizens should know that they are not allowed to gather in groups of 4 or more and will be told to disperse by CPs. This includes indoors. This is all in an attempt to prevent the populace from organizing. I'll link the official civil doctrine in the description for more in-depth reading. Follow it and you might live longer than most. Train station. Alright, now let's get into the gameplay. When you arrive at the train station, you'll have 2 paths to choose from. To the left is the legal border checkpoint. To the right is the illegal checkpoint. We'll cover the illegal side later in the Life Beyond Service section of the video. For now, assuming the city is stable and the checkpoint is manned, head left to the legal border. If it isn't manned, you can wait in line or try passing through the illegal checkpoint, but being found will cause civil protection to attack you. After going left and reaching the legal border gate, get ready to show your ID by pressing 1 when the officer says to apply. If your ID is gray, you'll be let through. If it's green or red, civil protection will amputate you. Once cleared, they'll open the gate, wave you in, or say you're good to go. Head up the stairs and move forward. Important, don't go left to Nova Prospect after passing the gate. It's a dead end, and going there will get you killed. And once you're processed, don't hang around the checkpoint. If you linger or come back, you may face re-education or death depending on the circumstances. If you cross onto the illegal border checkpoint, your card will turn red, authorizing the Combine to kill you. You can replace your red card with a green one by purchasing a forged ID card at a gun shop. Working. There are 4 jobs in the game, 3 of which have tiers that grant you more tokens and work points, given you have met the requirements. Cleaning trash doesn't have tiers. However, it is the first job you must work so that you can reach the requirements of the other jobs. In order from least efficient to most are the following jobs. Removing trash piles. 1,750 tokens and 70 work points are expected every 10 minutes, depending on location and trash pile frequency. Parcel delivery. Statistics may vary due to the randomness of task location and your stamina. My best estimate is 6,000 to 10,000 tokens and 45 to 75 work points every 10 minutes. There is no bar for entry to deliver parcels. Uniform laundry. Around 10,500 tokens and 300 work points can be earned every 10 minutes on average. To work at the laundromat, you need at minimum 1,050 work points. Ration factory. Around 16,900 tokens and 390 work points can be expected to be earned every 10 minutes if you do it quickly. To work at the ration factory, you need at minimum 100 work points. The factory is easily the best job for earning tokens and work points. Tokens. Tokens are the primary currency in CITY-17. They are used to purchase temporary apartments, outfits, and contraband. You can earn them by working, stealing from cash registers, and killing high-value Combine personnel. You also get 175 tokens every 10 minutes for playing the game, which doubles to 350 with the Income Game Pass. Work points. Work points are earned from working, whether it be picking up trash or packaging rations. Work points can unlock new apartments, outfits, higher-tier jobs, or even a ribbon or medal. You can also lose work points by killing Combine or stealing from cash registers. Low work points restrict you from some loyalist perks but also grant different classes for rebels if you lose enough. Those with high work points aren't necessarily loyalists in practice, as there aren't many perks or positions for loyalists, and you are treated the same by Combine no matter what you wear or how many work points you have. It is more of a symbolic rank. Playtime. Playtime is the last stat recorded that affects gameplay. Some outfits and Playtime accolades require Playtime to unlock. For those wanting to play as Combine, Playtime is necessary to reach the ranks of 04 to 01 protection unit. Apartments. Apartment blocks are dotted around the city for use by citizens. The amount of work points you have decides the variety and tier of apartments you have access to. If you have high work points, you can gain access to nicer housing. Your apartment helps give you privacy from the Combine, but the Combine are still able to breach your apartment for and by any means they see fit. Levels of socio-status. While living in City-17, there may be periods of heightened unrest. Whether it be a large quantity of contraband circulating through the populace resulting in destabilization or an organized raid by the resistance, the stability of the city is not always certain. As a result, the Combine may raise the status with differing effects. City lockdown. The city border is closed, and the Combine patrol rebellious areas more frequently. Judgment waiver. The city border is closed, and all citizens are ordered indoors. Failure to go inside can result in amputation. Additionally, any civil regulations broken during this time result in amputation. Autonomous judgment. The city border is closed, and all citizens outside of the train station spawn zone are to be sterilized on the spot. Advisory Assistance Act. Same as autonomous judgment. However, civil protection is repurposed as OTA soldiers. Voice lines. Citizens are granted a wide array of voice lines to use in situations. Here are all of them. Remember to not spam these voice lines in the game, as it is punishable under 1.2 disturbing. Restricted zones. If you plan on being an anti-citizen, it's imperative to know where you are and are not allowed. A significant portion of the city is restricted to citizens, and it's important to know how to weave through this so as not to die. Restricted zones include Precinct 13, otherwise known as the Nexus Precinct, Precinct 15 Industrial, and the Train Yard, not to be confused with the train station, all sewer networks, and other miscellaneous locations. The majority of these locations are marked as 404 access, signifying they are restricted before you enter. Crossing into these areas without authorization from the correct authorities will mark you for amputation if located by the Combine. However, some Combine can enter these restricted areas. As mentioned earlier, if you are at the train station and don't wish to pass through the legal checkpoint for whatever reason, you can attempt to escape into the city through the illegal checkpoint. Once you pass the gate, you will receive a red card granting the Combine the authority to kill you. If you continue, there are two paths. One leads to the civil intake hub proper and another to a set of stairs. The path to the left to the CIH is more than likely locked, and you will need an EMP device to unlock it. Going right will lead you to a set of stairs. Continue making rights until you are outside. Here you can go wherever you wish in the industrial yard. I'd recommend buying a forged ID card at the gun shop if you have 500 tokens to get a green card and then make your way into the city. If you go left after going up the stairs, it will bring you to the shield core. Shooting the terminal damages the shield core, and once broken, it disables all combined force field gates and starts a city lockdown. Resistance services. Throughout the city, there are two resistance-correlated services, the locker and the gun dealer. There are 4 lockers positioned in the sewers: Grizzly Grotto Base, Resistance Base, Resistance Outpost, and Abandoned Resistance Outpost. Using these lockers as a citizen or rebel transfers you to the opposing team. If you become a rebel, you receive your game passes that otherwise aren't obtainable as a citizen. You are also able to store 6 weapons in the locker, including weapons purchased or dropped by another player. You can increase this to 12 slots with the storage game pass. As for gun dealers, there are 3 options. One at the industrial yard behind a chain link fence, another at the resistance base, and then at the abandoned resistance outpost. At gun dealers, you can purchase USP matches, SMGs, revolvers, forged IDs, Remington shotguns, crossbows, medical items, EMP devices for unlocking doors, and incendiary grenades. Theft. As a citizen, you can steal from cash registers within the city for money. You also lose work points when you do this. If you are caught stealing from registers, civil protection can kill you. Fighting back. Dotted around the city, as mentioned previously, are gun dealers. You can kill combine with weapons bought from the dealers, resulting in a work point loss. If you kill high-value targets, the game awards you with tokens as well. Sometimes after an enemy is defeated, they drop the weapon they are holding. You can then pick it up and use it or stash it in a locker. It's up to you on how you wish to engage in rebelling. Will you attempt to control a section of the city or disable combined infrastructure? Will you ambush units on patrol? Will you defend your apartment against combined raiders? It's up to you. Communications server. If you want to join the community, the communications server is the way to go. Here you can discuss the game, hear about new updates, access documents, attend events, and more. Union regulations. If you feel you were improperly treated by Combine, you may want to read the Civil Protection Doctrine for clarification. If you were treated unfairly, you may report Union to members of the Jury Field Division. If someone broke or is breaking game rules, report it to command personnel. For both of these instances, it's best to do it in the direct messages of the personnel on Discord. You must provide evidence when reporting someone. Otherwise, there isn't much moderators can do. Game passes. There are several game passes you can purchase for weapons, stat modifiers, ranks, and other miscellaneous things. As for weapons, you can purchase a USP match, submachine gun, RPG. There are also the crossbow and C-1911 game passes. However, they are not currently being sold. Weapon game passes are not given to citizens. You must be a Combine or Rebel or change to the Rebel team at a locker when you are a citizen. As for stat-affecting passes, there is the Armor Pass, which gives the player 100 armor, which doesn't stack on other armor, and there's the Stamina Pass, which doubles the player's stamina pool. Both passes are very useful no matter the team you are on. I personally recommend Armor as a player's first game pass. The game also has a storage game pass doubling your locker space from 6 to 12 and doubling income so players receive 350 tokens every 10 minutes instead of 175. Both passes are fine but not necessary to have. There are also two outfits you can purchase, Councilman and Beta 01. They don't have much of a purpose besides being another cosmetic option. For Rebels you can buy the Marksman class, which gives the player a unique morph and the crossbow when playing as this class. The last game pass you can purchase is the 01 rank booster, which I must recommend skipping out on. You can achieve the rank of 01 naturally through Playtime, and it can often be a trap for new players as they are given access to things before they have the knowledge of how to use them properly. Just play the game naturally and you'll learn and reach 01 protection unit. The Combine. If you plan on playing as the Combine, the first step is Union, the primary law enforcement force in the game. You must first join the Universal Union Group, receiving the rank of Recruit, then join a game server and choose Combine, and the exam will prompt. Passing the exam will promote you from Recruit to 05. Based on your playtime, you will be promoted to the next rank. If you wish to join a CCA division, you must be at the rank of 03 or greater and then join the recruitment program server on Discord and fulfill the processes there. To become command in the Combined Civil Authority, you must be AD1 in your respective division, achieve Phase 4, and pass the application in the Officer Academy group. The OA server can be joined by being an 01 protection unit in the community server and accessing the affiliated channel. To join OTA, you must pass a tryout announced on the community Discord. The community Discord will be linked below in the description. The Resistance. Within the game, there are typically a few player-run resistance groups. You can find them. Sometimes they recruit new members in-game or host events. These groups host events through Discord as rebels or citizens for the purpose of undermining Combine control of the city. These groups are not endorsed by the Greater Universal Union Group, but are still permitted to operate as long as they follow the community doctrine. Humanity. On rare occasions, there are player-run civilian or loyalist groups that host their own events or work shifts. The choice is yours. Will you join the Combine, enlist with the Resistance, or live under the authoritarian thumb of the Combine Empire as a citizen?